Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share the recipe of famous Middle Eastern dessert which is Kunafa. This Kunafa has a creamy pudding and cheese as filling. Do try this classic Arabic dessert and definitely will enjoy. Let's see how to prepare this dessert. The main ingredient is Kunafa dough. This is not easily available in India. I got this from Lulu Mall hypermarket which is at Trivandrum. I have shared the recipe of homemade Kunafa dough in our channel. I'll leave the recipe link in the description below. This is frozen Kunafa and we have to defrost it. Firstly, I'm going to prepare a creamy pudding. For cornflour slurry, take 3 tablespoons of cornflour in a bowl. Add in half a cup of milk. Give it a mix and the cornflour slurry is ready now. In a saucepan, take 1 cup of milk. Add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. Heat the milk at medium flame. Now add in the prepared cornflour slurry. Stir in continuously so that no lumps form. The pudding mix is thickening since we have added the cornflour. When the pudding coats a spatula, you can switch off the flame. This is the consistency of the pudding. Reduce the flame to low and add in half a cup of thick cream. I have added Amul fresh cream. Cook it for a couple of minutes and switch off the flame. Add in 2 to 3 drops of rose water. In goes 2 to 3 drops of vanilla essence. This rose water will give Middle Eastern flavor to the pudding. Cool the pudding and keep it aside. Next, I am going to prepare simple syrup. Take 1 cup of sugar in a pan. In goes 1 cup of water. Give it a mix so that the sugar melts. Add in saffron as needed. Cook it in medium flame until the sugar dissolves. Once the sugar is melted, add in 2 to 3 pinch of cardamom powder. Once the sugar melts, cook it for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm not looking for any string consistency. Switch off the flame and add in 2 to 3 drops of rose water. Aromatic simple syrup is ready now. Cool it in refrigerator and we'll be using it while serving the Kunafa. This is frozen Kunafa and we have to defrost it before using. Place the Kunafa dough in room temperature for 2 to 3 hours before making it. Or else you can leave it in refrigerator instead of freezer for overnight. Here comes the thin strings of Kunafa dough. This is 500 grams of Kunafa dough. For this recipe, we need 250 grams, so I'm slicing it into 2 halves. Remaining half, I'll store it in freezer. Take it in a mixing bowl and shred it. You can chop this Kunafa dough using a knife or grind it in a mixer grinder. I'm going to shred the Kunafa in a food processor. We have to shred the Kunafa into small pieces and make sure not to powder it. It will be easy to shred if the Kunafa is little cold. The Kunafa dough is shredded perfectly. Take it in a mixing bowl. Totally we have taken 250 grams of Kunafa dough. Next we need 100 grams of melted butter and few drops of orange or yellow food color. Adding food color is just optional. Add in the melted butter onto the Kunafa dough and mix it gently. Make sure the butter coats well into the Kunafa dough. If required, you can use more butter. This is the homemade Kunafa dough and I have shared this recipe already in our channel. If you couldn't buy Kunafa dough means don't worry, you can make it at home. I'll leave the recipe link in the description below. Take an 8-inch round or square tin and grease it nicely with butter. I have added more butter while greasing. Add in few drops of orange or red food color. Once the baking pan is greased well, add in half the quantity of Kunafa dough. You can prepare this Kunafa dough in individual molds as well, it's up to your wish. Press it nicely using a bowl or spoon like this. Then only when you flip it, the Kunafa will hold its shape. I am sealing the corners of the dough with a spatula. Vanilla pudding has cooled down and thickened perfectly. Spread the vanilla pudding evenly on top of the Kunafa dough. The creamy pudding is evenly spread on the Kunafa dough. Now add in the mozzarella cheese. There's no specific quantity to add the cheese, you can add as much as you need. I have added nearly 100 grams of mozzarella cheese. Cover the cheese layer with the remaining Kunafa dough. Press the Kunafa dough gently since we have this creamy pudding mix in the center. Bake it for 40 to 45 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. The baking time depends on your oven type. This is the kunafa which is made by homemade kunafa dough. I have already shared this recipe in our channel. I'll leave the link in the description below. The kunafa is baked perfectly. Make sure the kunafa doesn't change color while baking. Immediately drizzle some simple syrup on top of the kunafa. Kunafa should be hot when drizzling the simple syrup. I have added nearly quarter cup of simple syrup. Run a spatula along the sides of the mold. Cool it for 5 minutes and flip it. Drizzle the remaining simple syrup on top of the kunafa. You can reserve some and use it while serving the kunafa. Look at it friends, beautiful looking creamy cheesy kunafa is ready to be served now. Kunafa is quite expensive dessert when you buy it at restaurant. Do try this easy dessert at home and enjoy with your family and friends. Slice it and look how cheesy the kunafa has turned out. Garnish the kunafa with a chopped pistachio. Actually, I forgot to add it before slicing the kunafa. Serve this kunafa hot since we have mozzarella cheese in it. You can store this kunafa for 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. While serving, bake it in oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Or else you can microwave it for 20 seconds. This is mini kunafa and I didn't add any color into it. If you tried this recipe, share me the picture through my Instagram or Facebook account. Subscribe my channel for more recipes. I'll see you next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.